Have you ever heard the old saying, you attract what you bring in? The opposites attract, or you attract the energy you bring out. Most people like to hang out with like-minded people. And, oh, you're into this, you find people that you like the same shit. There's pros and cons with that. If the person's being real, then they're going to get a real attraction. If the person's being fake, they're going to fake attraction. Isn't that something? Most people don't think about that. So, earlier we talked about the way, and I talked to you guys about everything in life is a hardship. And in this hardship, it's a test. No matter what the thing is, whether it's, I can't get this to start. You know what I mean? No matter what the situation is, I can't get a technique, I can't get this, I can't do this, I can't do this. Everything is every hardship, every challenge, every obstacle, everything. Can you handle it in the way that you should handle it? That's the way. Or, the way of the warrior. Are you going to handle it like a warrior? Are you going to handle every problem in your life with honor, dignity, respect, loyalty? Are you going to do it that way? Or are you going to act like an ass? It's your choice. We talked about this earlier. But when you make that decision, you also exude an energy. And I'm going to talk about this I'm going to have to footnote a few things too, just, because in the moment here, I don't want anybody to have any weird thoughts, right, on certain things. But when you put on a persona of a certain thing, we all have a character. We all have things about us that are like the positives and negatives. Nobody is all great. Don't let anyone shit you. You know what I mean? Everyone puts on their britches 1 foot at a time. I don't give a fuck who they are. Okay? So there's no such thing as the all-powerful great person walking around, You don't need to kiss anybody's ass that ain't kissing yours. You're just as worthy of everybody else you walk around. Okay? But the thing that really gets me is like, we all did this in high school. Everyone that ever went through high school knows this. You go to high school and you're trying to find yourself. So your freshman year, you're into punk rock. I don't know. I don't even know if that's even a thing nowadays. Is even punk rock a thing? Is it a thing? Okay. And then you're in your sophomore year and you're like this athlete. So now you're wearing the Michael Jordan jersey and all this shit, right? And then you're in your junior year and you're all into gangster rap, So now it's all about, whatever. And you go through these phases in life and you put on a persona and you change character and identity, I guess, is a way when you're young to find yourself. That's a normal teenage thing. Then what happens? You become 18, you get kicked out the house, or you leave the house, somewhere or another you leave the house, and regardless of the decision that was made on why you left the house. And that persona now changes drastically. The image that you thought you were in high school when you had everything given to you by your parents, the lights, the food, the room, and etc., now has to change because you're an adult. But then what do you do with it? So you go about your business and you get a job and you start trying to find yourself. And then some people, I don't know if you ever heard of this one, some people put on a front. You guys ever heard that word before? You put on a front. And you make yourself out to be more than what you are. Right? You see people, they wear all these fancy fucking clothes. And they're wearing the top, whatever, $100 britches and all this kind of shit, that kind of thing. Or they're driving really fancy cars that they can't afford. And they go wearing all this shit. The problem with that is when you do that, the people that like that, you're attracting them. Right? It's like-minded people or connected to like-minded people. So if you're driving in this fancy car and you got the fancy britches and all this shit on, and people that see that and enjoy it, now they're your friends. But that lifestyle, you can't truly support the lifestyle, and that lifestyle truly ain't you. So then what happens when you don't wear those same expensive britches and you can't afford the car? They're gone. They're not your real friends. They were your real friends because you were being fake. You got to call it what it is. You are putting off the wrong persona. Right? And if you didn't put that off, you wouldn't have attracted that individual. If you just tell it like it is, and you put yourself out there the way it's supposed to be, the way you are, the people that come into your life have no problem with who the fuck you are. Or what the fuck you do. Because you're being real with them. Right? I've said this, I say it again, I've said this, you guys all know this. How many other, like all these different martial arts sensei, other things about martial art masters, yeah? How many martial art masters out there do you see? They're transgender women. They post naked pictures on fucking Twitter. Run around underneath the moonlight, casting spells. Doing every other fucking thing I do. Very few. Most of them have an image complex. Isn't it funny how most martial art masters all look and act the same? Acting like Buddha. And they're not even Buddhists. Isn't that funny? It's the damn truth. They're probably half quasi-Christian. Like they kind of believe in the Christian God but never go to church and never read the book. But they look and act like Buddha when they run the school because they need to make money. I just say be yourself. Because I know that if I'm me, the people that don't give a damn about all those things that people might see as negative, and they come in and they see, okay, yeah, well, yeah, she's a transgendered woman, and yeah, she's a witch, and she does this, and she believes in nature and energy, and she likes to run around naked underneath the moon, and blah, blah, blah. But she's good at ninjutsu. And she's passionate about ninjutsu. And she can probably help me be good at ninjutsu, so I'm going to go train with her. Well, shit. Then we're on the same page. Perception's a matter of perspective. Some people look at that and like, I can't do that. Because they truly believe that everybody needs to encompass this idea that fits in their box. Like they believe that, well, if you're an electrician and you drive a big truck, well then your life fits in this box. Right? Or if you're this and you're this, then you fit in this box. No one fits in a box. You know, none of us do. That's why you need to learn to live outside the goddamn box. It's ridiculous. Right? But you can't put off an energy that isn't real. Because if you don't put yourself out there, then the people that you truly think are your friends, or the ones that you think love you, don't really know you. And how sad is that? And some people are just too scared to put out who they really are. There's an old saying by Confucius, and I've said this before, but it says, like, if you mimic the master, you die. But if you get inspired by the master, you live. Mr. Heath, I think that if you decide to become a transgendered woman, you run around naked underneath the moonlight and start throwing naked pictures on Twitter, I think that might not be for you.
Nope.
But I think a master should be able to express themselves honestly. Because that's me. So I think that's what Confucius means. If you mimic the master, you die. Because you are not living your life. You're attempting to live somebody else's life. But if you get inspired by the master, meaning the master is going to express themselves honesty, and that honest expression inspires you to be a better you, then you live. That's what that means. That's why I want individuality. I think all of you guys should practice whatever religion you want, sexual preference you want, whatever job you want. I want all of you guys to be happy. Because whatever you choose doesn't affect my life. I'm not trying to be mean about it. It's just the damn truth. If you're happy with your life, well, fuck, I'm happy too. It's not my life to be worried about. I'm just here to guide you through the martial arts and help you. Isn't it a shame that we don't have a lot of people that can do that? More people want to tell you what to do than ask you if you want help. Maybe you guys run into that problem. More people want to tell you what to do than offer help. I think the older you get, and I'm not like old by any means, but statistically speaking, when I wake up in the morning, you know when you wake up and you look at your phone and you're like, ah, fuck, it's about 52%. You know what I mean? I'm like at 50%, you know? Statistically speaking, my ticker's on 50%. You look at the numbers. I'm on the other side of the battery here. And I don't think that I need to spend my life, my remaining years, teaching martial arts to please other people. I need to teach the martial arts to be true to the tradition. This is what we started this school for. And the ones who, like you guys, who are coming in here to train and dedicate yourself to it, I need to make sure you guys get the most authentic, real teaching that I can provide. Unfortunately, that the people's perception and perspective on what they believe that to be is different. So you guys have to choose the one that you think is going to be the most real for you. But But you have to ask yourself, where are you at in life? What do you want with life? What do you want in martial arts? What are you going to do with the martial arts? What would you do if you actually got what you wanted? Did you make another goal, or would you just quit? Huh? It's a good question, isn't it? Because you know how many people ask you this one? Here's one for you. What do you want out of life? Give me one goal in life.
To go to Japan and cook something.
What would you do then?
Go home.
See how like it's almost like
Yeah.
I don't know. I did it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Isn't that something? Like, and, you know, you go to school, you went to college to create video game. You know, you're a gamer and you make games, and you know you college educated on how to do that kind of stuff, right? Kudos to you for that. So what do? Make another one?
We'll keep making, I guess.
Yeah, do you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you see how that question, most people will ask you, what do you want out of life? But they don't ask you, what do you do when you get it? Because life doesn't stop when you attain a goal. You know what I mean? I want to get married and have kids. Well, fuck, do you want to raise them? No one ever says that. No one ever says that. What do you want out of life? I can get married and have some kids. Okay. Do you want to see kids get married? What the fuck? You catch what I mean? You know something?